A record number of minority voters turned out for the election, and apparently it helped socially conservative victories on issues like gay marriage. In California, there is now a ban on gay marriage, and they're trying to revoke the rights that were initially given to folks who are gay married couples. They're trying to take the rights away.
By the state Supreme Court.
By the state Supreme Court.
The state Supreme Court voted that gay marriage was legal.
Fine, yeah.
Our friend Ellen DeGeneres, for example, got married, and it was extremely important to her and her partner, of course. And now Proposition 8 proclaims that puts a ban on gay marriage. And one of the reasons, we were talking about it earlier, is that some church groups opposed it, because they said if a church group said, we will not do a gay marriage, okay? They could be sued and they could lose their tax-exempt status if their religion or whatever it is precludes their having gay marriage. And that also, it would mean that gay marriage could be taught in schools if they wanted to.
I don't understand that.
Which don't you understand?
How would it be taught in schools? I mean, marriage isn't taught in schools, so why would gay marriage be taught in schools?
Well, in the same way that sex education is taught in some, or discussed. I don't know that it's, this is, I'm telling you their feeling, not my feeling.
I don't know if it's...
That it could be, that if somebody brought it up, it's something that could be discussed, or it could be on a curriculum. Who knows? But the bigger issue seems to have been the churches, certain churches.
It was set with precedent. I think in Sweden there was a priest who was jailed, and I think since then released, but he was put in jail for not wanting to perform a marriage to a gay couple. So then they put him in jail because the law stated that you could not discriminate based on sexual preference, I believe. But this is, I guess 5 million people voted and wanted to protect the definition of marriage as it had been stated. And I think that people felt a victory in California because it came from the people, that these people came out, voted. It wasn't set by judges. So I think that's also where they were coming from.
This is also, you said that this is also the second time this has been up for vote. The first time the people said, no, we don't want gay marriage.
And then it went to the court.
They overturned it, and then the people voted again. So this is the second time.
So, I didn't know that a proposition, that is an amendment to the state constitution, superseded the state Supreme Court.
Neither did I.
I thought the Supreme Court was the final word, but evidently the final word is the amendment.
But the argument there, I guess, was that are you to legislate from the bench? That kind of goes back to that argument, and that the actual amendment should come, if they're going to do anything to the Constitution, it should come from the people as it is for the people. So.
Well, the people should also be given all the information and not frightened into things. Now, I think if kids who are the product of a gay couple are asked about it in school, they should be able to explain it, and that shouldn't be something that frightens people. I always say, look, if you think gay marriage is wrong, don't marry a gay person. You know what I mean? But wait. Because pretty much, and I've been around a lot of gay people most of my life, and gay people do not, there are always boneheads everywhere. Let's get that. There are straight boneheads and gay boneheads. There are boneheads everywhere. But I believe most gay people who want to go get married do not want to go someplace that doesn't want them to. They wouldn't go to the churches. That's why we do it in the backyard. Not we, like I'm gay, but I have been at so many gay marriages. You always talk about being a bridesmaid. I'm the bride's thing, whatever. Yeah.
It's interesting that the majority of the vote, I guess it was that the urban minority communities voted overwhelmingly for this Proposition 8.
They were told in the churches that people would be teaching it in the schools if they allowed it. I'm just telling you what...
But then also, excuse me, also too, not only that, but I don't want to know that my pastor, because the churches preach against homosexuality, and I don't want to know that my pastor it could be jailed, sent to jail because he's preaching something that is already...
I don't understand that. I don't understand.
Supposedly, if the ban did not pass, and a preacher preached against homosexuality, which you say happens in churches that you've been to, he could be quote, jailed because
I don't know
he
what
is
the quote
preaching-
is around jail. Jailed is jail.
Well, because he could be jailed, but I mean, I think that's really rather far-fetched.
No,
that they're
it's
going
not
to come.
far-fetched at all.
Well, that's
I mean, I
why
guess it's-
that's why the ban.
was somebody who
You
was
would have
jailed.
you would have voted for the ban.
It's something that I struggle with because, you know, I have my friends who are gay, my Uncle Tommy, Uncle Jimmy, as Jeffrey likes to call them, and it's something that I struggle with because I don't want rights taken away from people, you know, to being able to care for their partners and you know, rights that they have. But then also, too, I am a Christian, and I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman. So it is
But
a
you see,
struggle
but
that I have.
My point is, and again, you know, I'm sort of saying a little bit
Yeah.
what Whoopi said. The idea that a preacher who preached against homosexuality, that the law enforcement, that the I don't know, the local sheriff would come in and say, you're against the law, we're going to jail you. Now, is it possible? Yes.
Anything is
We're
possible.
a litigious society. I mean, I think there are lawsuits that get brought up all the time. I don't think anyone would hesitate to bring in lawsuits
I
at
do, because this was so important to folks, because it's not just about being gay, and it's just not about partnership. If the state and the country were to allow gay partners the same rights as married people have, this wouldn't be an issue.
Right. So
but
that
the issue,
if that were the case, would you then be okay with it not being called marriage?
I'm not gay, so I don't know, but I can only speak for what I see. As we said a couple of days ago, if Sherry and I are married and we have built our life together and I die, you, my cousin, could come in and say, I'm taking everything
That's
that you guys, but
California law.
that's the law.
But you do have rights as a
we don't know now.
union.
Civil
They differ
unions,
state to state is the problem.
Civil unions do not allow me to die and you to automatically get my
It
stuff.
could also affect children.
It can affect also, if we've adopted children, they can come, you can come and grab that child. If we can find, if the states can say, this is what civil union is. It is everything but the word.
Can I just
People,
say,
I think, would be more happy.
well, and that-